Hi everybody, this is the Football Head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, and welcome back to the Football Head, and hopefully you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. So we're a week away from the NFL season opening up. Get to see the Giants play the Commanders in the opening game. And there's still a lot of talk of the Giants perhaps starting quarterback and rookie Jaxson Dart. It would be interesting to see that. And a lot of people are calling for it. Like, the fans want to see it. I don't know if that's the smart thing to do. I mean, they've sort of done stuff like this before. I mean, why did they sign Russell Wilson and Jameson Winston if they weren't going to play them more over the young player? But Dart played really well in preseason games. Had some really good throws and looked pretty good. High energy player. Much, much higher energy player than Daniel Jones could ever possibly be. But let me read you a couple things. Let's report. NFL GM says New York Giants quarterback Jaxson Dart should start in week 1. When the New York Giants traded back into the first round to select Ole Miss quarterback Jaxson Dart in the 2025 NFL Draft, many felt GM Joe Shane and head coach Brian Daboll finally got their guy. Early expectations were mixed, but Dart quickly proved he not only belonged in the NFL, but also warranted the 25th overall pick. After some early training camp struggles, Dart caught fire in the preseason, completing 68.1% of his passes for 372 yards and 3 touchdowns. He did not turn the ball over and was frequently victimized by drops. Aside from the drops, none of that surprised the Giants, reports NFL insider Diana Rossini. During a recent appearance on Scoop City, Rossini shared some inside information coming directly from the Giants. I'm just telling you what I get told. It's just a preseason, yes, but she said, can he handle the moment? Are they surprised by it? No, but they've been impressed by it. Chase Daniel proceeded to argue that Dart has to start at some point this season to help provide Daboll some job security. That's a thought shared by an NFL general manager. Rossini added, I had a GM say this morning to me, that's not New York, she said. Jaxson Dart should start week 1. That's obviously not going to happen. But if Russell Wilson struggles, the offense falters, or the Giants can't get in the win column, the Dart era will begin. That's a possibility. I mean, the Giants have a very difficult schedule. The Giants probably have one of the worst schedules in the NFL. I could see them winning 3 games this year, just based on the schedule. That's how difficult the schedule is for the Giants. And there's a possibility that can happen. I'm not going to get worked up about the numbers and it's preseason when the other teams are playing backups and backups to the backups to the backups. Or guys holding on, trying to be part of the practice squad. But boy, I mean, the Giants have a very difficult schedule. And that's a concern. That should be a major concern for every Giant fan. The NFL did not do the Giants any favors with this schedule. They're basically telling them you're going to have another top 5 pick. That's what they're telling us. And that's how much they respect us as fans. That they're giving the Giants that have been bad another very difficult schedule. Now here's from an NFL legend. NFL legend has high expectations for New York Giants quarterback Jaxson Dart. When it comes to the NFL draft, there are some colleges that are typically known to produce NFL caliber players. Many schools end up with someone making it to the NFL, but mostly we hear about players from Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, Michigan, Ohio State, Texas, Oregon, and similar. The University of Mississippi, Ole Miss, isn't necessarily one that comes to the top of people's minds. We're talking about elite NFL players, but over the last 20 years or so, it's that several players come into the league and make an impact. For the New York Giants, 2 of those players are Eli Manning and Jaxson Dart, but guys like Deuce McAllister, Patrick Willis, DK Metcalf, and Laramie Tunsil are also products of the university. Recently, Kyle Oligard of Games Shub sat down with Willis, and they discussed many things. Among them was Jaxson Dart and his role with the organization. Willis has watched Dart and is a fan. Quote, I was talking to some 49 scouts, and I was like, Jaxson Dart is showing out. They're like, yeah, he is. But it's the preseason, and there are levels to it, Willis said. Preseason is one level, another in the regular season, another in the playoffs, and another in the Super Bowl. So there's levels to it, but yeah, I see him being a good professional. He's just got to stay with it and stay hungry. A lot of analysts, former GMs, and coaches have put their thoughts out to the Giants that Dart should be the starting quarterback over Russell Wilson. There are pros and cons to that, but even Willis isn't convinced that starting Dart immediately is a good idea. Some people get thrown into the fire and come out solid. That fire forged them, but in this case, I don't know if you have to do that with him. He's just been in the SEC and carried a team in this new college football world. I feel like you don't need him out there right now. You don't need to find out anything. You saw what you needed to see in the preseason. So continue to allow him to work during the season. Keep him humble and hungry. While working on his development and keeping him humble and hungry, the Giants can also work on Dart's confidence so that when the time comes, he truly is ready. Quote, when they say you're starting next week, he'll be able to step in and everyone will have confidence in him. You can ride with that old head. Well said. They aren't in a position where they need Dart to come in and play. Now, if Russ's season isn't hot, they can throw him out there from time to time. But until you're truly ready to unleash him, just continue to keep working him in practice, and he's going to be more than capable when the time comes. More than capable. Everything Willis said echoes the sentiments of both GM Joe Schoen and head coach Brian Daboll. Everyone understands that Jaxson Dart likely can contribute right away. That's not the question. The question is, should he and should the Giants? Right now, that answer is no, because they don't want to have to. Let Wilson take the lead, and if he falls or gets injured, they'll absolutely be ready to take over. Well, we don't know about that. I mean, you want to get his feet wet, but you don't want to throw him into the fire long before he's ready. And if you put him out too quickly to start games, it might stunt his development. It might push him back. And the Giants have had issues with quarterbacks over the last few years. The Giants were not happy with what happened with Daniel Jones, obviously. And then he had that big year about 3 years ago, and it just screwed up the whole plan of trying to figure out what to do with the quarterback position. And it set them back 2 years. Well, you let me know what you think about this video. And, of course, can't wait for the season to start. Get to talk about some other things. And, of course, it's going to be a fun season no matter what, because football is back. And thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button. I'll see you later.